Stigma generally, I think, is more about perception than about what's really happening. Perhaps you can imagine that there is more stigma than there actually is, which I suppose comes down to self-stigma, where you really kind of your own worst enemy, if you like.
There are two forms of stigma. There's the self-stigma, which is how people label themselves and how it affects their self-esteem. And there's sort of the stigma from other people externally coming inwards, with sort of labels which need to be challenged, like the stereotypes of people being nutters and psychos and weirdos.
Self-stigma to me is very much linked to a low self-esteem, that you just think you're kind of worthless and not able to function, not quick enough, and whatever sort of labels you attach to yourself.
I think I have at times had a little negative voice in my head or negative thoughts in my head that maybe if I hadn't listened to them I would have been able to do things and do better at things.
In my particular case at the moment, I'm job searching, and you can almost begin to think that if you're sending out your application letters and your CV to various employers and getting no response or a negative response, it does reinforce perhaps the idea that the world is maybe against me.
Part of you wishes that you could just snap out of it and be okay, and knowing that you can't just makes you feel an awful lot worse about yourself. And I certainly went through a period of really beating myself up quite badly, and I felt I had to keep things more hidden.
I would be very happy if one wouldn't need to be afraid of disclosing mental health issues, because if you feel you've got this weight on your shoulder and you cannot tell other people without the fear of them looking down on you, judging you and putting a label on you, then you'll be kind of trapped.
A lot of people won't talk about their mental health problems because it's personal, and also they don't want other people to know that they're ill. But I will talk about my issues because I think it's important to challenge other people's beliefs.
For me, it's as much as I feel comfortable to talk with people, I think it's usually better to have a conversation or to talk about something or to address it than just sweep it under the carpet.
The more self-aware you become, the more aware of your condition you become, the more you can manage it. You can maybe realise when it's the condition that's affecting the way you think, because it does take over your thinking totally.
You know, we can all get involved in beating ourselves up for not doing things as good as we want to, but actually you don't notice that part of beating yourself up that might be to do with certain prejudices that are out there in society at large. And when you realise that that part of it can be taken out separately, it's for me at least, it's made it easier to deal with it.
Recognising that the thoughts that you might have, negative thoughts, they're just thoughts, and that they might not be a reflection of what other people see or the reality.
It's only quite recently that I've, a sort of light bulb has gone on, if you like, and you think, well, yes, it's not somebody else doing this to me, I'm doing it to me, which is stupid, so stop it.